The R.M.S. Mauretania was owned by the Cunard line. The Mauretania, as well as her sister ship, the Lusitania, were designed by Leonard Paskett, planned as far back as 1902. She was designed as the world's largest ocean liner, a title she held until R.M.S. Titanic was built and launched in 1912. Her keel was laid down on August 18, 1904, at Swan Hunter, Northumberland, UK. Mauretania was launched on September 20th of 1906. She was slightly larger than her sister ship, the Lusitania. The main difference between the two ships was the location of the vents. She was driven by a steam turbine that, combined with having 2 extra stages of turbine blades, made her slightly faster than her sister ship, R.M.S. Lusitania. The ship's interior was designed by Harold Peto to appeal to a more Edwardian taste. She was built with 28 different types of wood, along with extravagant marbles, to produce one of the most luxurious ships of her time. She was even built with elevators, which was a rare addition for that time period. She would go on to become one of Cunard Line's most successful liners. She would provide transatlantic service for nearly 28 years, for many of which she would be awarded the coveted Blue Ribbon. Her gross tonnage was 31,938 tons. She was 790 feet long. Her beam was 88 feet. Her draft was 33 feet, and her speed was 24 knots. Her capacity was 2,165 souls. This included 563 first-class accommodations, 464 second-class accommodations, and 1,138 third-class accommodations. She also had a crew of 802 people. Mauretania departed Liverpool on her maiden voyage on 16th of November, 1907, under the command of Captain John Pritchard. And on the return voyage between November 30th and December 5th of 1907, she captured the record for the fastest eastbound crossing of the Atlantic, with an average speed of 23.6 knots. In September of 1909, Mauretania captured the Blue Ribbon for the fastest westbound crossing as well. During the outbreak of World War I, Mauretania was briefly taken from civilian service to serve the war effort. However, due to her sheer size and fuel consumption, plans to make her an armed merchant ship were scrapped. She was returned to civilian service in August of 1914. But in 1915, Mauretania's sister ship, the R.M.S. Lusitania, would be sunk by a German U-boat. Mauretania would then be turned into a troop ship. Later, she would become a hospital ship. In 1916, she would be called into service for the Canada as a troop ship to transport troops from Halifax to Liverpool. In September of 1919, R.M.S. Mauretania was returned to civilian service under the Cunard line. In 1921, due to a fire on board, the ship was again overhauled and returned to duty in March of 1922. In 1923, she had a major overhaul, beginning with the dismantling of her out-of-date engines. A worker strike forced her overhaul to be completed at another shipyard, but she was returned to service in 1924. After additional overhauls, the R.M.S. Mauretania was pulled from service by the Cunard line in 1934. She would eventually be scrapped in 1937. In 1938, the Cunard line would launch a second ocean liner that would also be named the Mauretania.